Soundstripe.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of The O-PINION. I'm the host, DJ Blue, the sports guru. Hey, today we're going to discuss Dak Prescott. I want to get right into it. This Dak Prescott situation is very mind-boggling to me. And in this episode, I'm going to get right into why I believe it's mind-boggling to me. Dak Prescott, you've been hearing the narrative with this guy throughout the media, throughout NFL fans, whether you're sports fans, whether you're the Dallas Cowboys fans. They're basically called Dak Prescott garbage. You know, when I see the disrespect from media members like LaShawn McCoy or Fox calling Dak Prescott ass, basically what he said. That moment, you know, when Shady McCoy is a very likable guy, very prominent guy in the media right now, upcoming career, when he says something like that, people listen. You know, when he calls Dak ass in that segment, that clip went viral. You know, people see that. You don't think Dak Prescott saw that? You don't think his teammates saw that? You know, very teammates like guys like, who's this guy? Cornerback Trayvon Diggs. He just gets a $97 million contract from the Cowboys, and he's smelling himself so much on the field that he calls Dak Prescott basically the B word. That he did call him the B word in front of everybody, in front of cameras, everything. B-ass, that's what he said. And then he looked at him like he was Debo, like he was punking him. You know, it wasn't a good moment for Dak Prescott. It wasn't a good moment for Trayvon Diggs. It wasn't a good moment for Dak Prescott because it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Dak Prescott, at the end of the day, is an African-American quarterback. He's an African-American quarterback. I'm going to say that again. Dak Prescott is an African-American quarterback. Do you know what African-American quarterbacks have had to deal with just to get into the rightful position, to be called franchise quarterback, to be getting $100 and $200 million contract? And Trayvon Diggs, he's going to sit up there and disrespect that man like that? Trayvon Diggs, I'd like to ask you, would you ever talk to Tom Brady like that? Would you have talked to even Kirk Cousins like that? So to me, that ain't nothing but black on black crime. Same mentality where another black man will shoot another black man quicker than he shoots somebody else. The same mentality where another black man rob another black man before he robs somebody else. Trayvon Diggs, what you did out there on that field was disgusting. You need to apologize to that man. And you need to do a public apology. Because, first of all, Dak Prescott, as a starting quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, is already in a very difficult position. Very difficult position. And not only is he the starting quarterback of the Cowboys, but he's a black quarterback. And I'm going to run through some of the disrespect that, you know, black quarterbacks in the NFL has had to deal with. First of all, Dak Prescott is not as bad as what people be trying to make him. Every quarterback has down years. Aaron Rodgers had down years. Eli Manning had down years. Ben Roethlisberger had down years. John Elway had down years. Did teams just throw them away like garbage? Did people start calling them garbage and get rid of them? No. So why do y'all do it to Dak Prescott so much? It's really starting to be sad. Dak Prescott, in my opinion, I can only imagine what he's going through. He gets his teammates to talk to him like that, disrespect him in front of everybody. Dak Prescott was dealing with mental health issues just a couple years ago. Dak Prescott's mother died of cancer in 2013, and his brother committed suicide in 2020 and died in his home. And this is what Dak Prescott's been dealing with. The very people that should be his brothers are his teammates. When all this outside noise about how garbage he is, you can only imagine. When I'm seeing Dak Prescott in these interviews try to explain why one of his teammates said that to him, it's very sad to see this man. He looks like he wants to cry, but he's putting on a smile on the outside. He doesn't look happy. You know, I can only imagine what Dak has been going through. You know, Dak Prescott's first 7 seasons in the NFL, he has thrown for 66.6 complete percentage. He has thrown for close to 25,000 yards, only 50 yards short. Dak Prescott has thrown for 166 touchdowns and only 65 interceptions. Dak Prescott against winning teams is 48%. So throughout his career, in the NFL against winning teams, Dak Prescott has a 48% winner. 48% winner. That is basically, he gives you a 50-50 chance. You could be playing the best teams in the NFL. He gives you a 50-50 chance to win. How many of you have watched this quarterback show on Netflix? And you got Kirk Cousins on there, and nothing against Kirk Cousins, but everybody's watching the show. I have so much respect for Kirk Cousins and seeing what he's been going through. Kirk Cousins this, Kirk Cousins that. He's such a... Kirk Cousins has been paid $230 million since he's been in the NFL. Do you want to know how much Kirk Cousins... do you want... I just told y'all that Dak Prescott is basically 50-50 when he's playing against winning teams. Kirk Cousins against winning teams in his career is a whopping 10-40. Kirk Cousins have only beaten winning teams throughout his whole career 10 times. He has 40 losses against them. And I don't even see Kirk Cousins being called Kirk Cousins' ass. Hey, Shady McCoy, can I please get a segment when you calling Kirk Cousins' ass? Please. Dak Prescott versus Peyton Manning in his career. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not comparing Dak Prescott to Peyton Manning. In my opinion, Peyton Manning is the top 5 quarterback of all times. Now, I don't know where Dak Prescott is going to be when he retires. We haven't seen it yet. He's going into his 8th year. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you that his stats are damn near better than Peyton Manning's since he's been in the league. Dak Prescott has a higher completion percentage than Peyton Manning since he's been in the league. Dak Prescott has thrown for more yards than Peyton Manning. And don't give me this, oh, well, Dak Prescott plays in a passing league and Peyton Manning didn't. Peyton Manning was throwing the ball to Reggie Wayne and Hall of Famer Marvin Harrison. Dak ain't throwing the ball or nothing like that. Consistently, okay? He got CeeDee Lamb now, but consistently he wasn't throwing the ball to nobody like that. Dak Prescott has thrown 65 interceptions in his first 7 years. Do you know how many interceptions Peyton Manning threw in his first 7 years? 110. Do you know how many interceptions Brett Favre threw in his career after his first 7 years? Well, do you know how many yards Brett Favre threw for after his first 7 years? He threw 116 interceptions. 116. And y'all ain't here talking about something. Dak Prescott throws too many interceptions. He has an interception problem. So much Dak Prescott has come out and talking about something. I'm going to try to keep my interceptions under 15 this year, Master. Y'all got this dude out here standing like he's scared. Peyton threw 110 interceptions. Brett Favre threw 116. Y'all make it seem like Dak Prescott has an interception problem. He's only thrown 65 so far in his career. Do you know if you compare Dak Prescott's stats to John Elway's, they're basically similar after the first 7 years? When I say that black quarterbacks in the NFL are not treated the same and more respect should be shown for a player like that, Dak Prescott, considering the plight of the black quarterback. When you look at a guy like John Elway, great John Elway, he's one of my favorite quarterbacks, but he played for the Denver Broncos and he led them to the Super Bowl. Elway led them to the Super Bowl in 86, 87, and back in 89. He lost all 3 of those Super Bowls. John Elway played for the Denver Broncos another 7 years, and he missed the playoffs 4 times in those 7 years. I never heard Denver trying to get rid of John Elway during that time. Eli Manning, he won 2 Super Bowls for the Giants. You could say it's really defensively led, but Eli did his thing too. Eli, he won his last Super Bowl 2011-2012 season. Do you know Eli Manning played for the New York Giants Eli Manning played for the New York Giants another 7 years. He only made the playoffs 1 time in those 7 years. Giants didn't get rid of him. Giants didn't throw him away like trash. Ben Roethlisberger, he won a Super Bowl and then he stuck around in Pittsburgh for forever. He never won anything. He was injured all the time too. His spot in Pittsburgh was solidified. Anytime he wanted to come back, he had it. Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre, both went years without winning Super Bowls. You know, they called the shots in Green Bay. Do you know what the Philadelphia Eagles did to Donovan McNabb after 10 years of service? Donovan McNabb is Philadelphia Eagles' all-time franchise quarterback statistically. Donovan McNabb led the Philadelphia Eagles to 5 NFC Championship games and 1 Super Bowl. Do you know in 2009, after Donovan McNabb led the Eagles to the Super Bowl in 2009, do you know the Eagles traded him away? Do you know that the Eagles traded Donovan McNabb away after he led the team to an NFC Championship game? That close to going to the Super Bowl, and they got rid of him. Traded him away like trash. Do you know after Steve McNair gave the Tennessee Titans 10 years in service, do you know that in 2005, 2006, they told him to leave the facilities? They kicked him out of the facilities.
Sounds right.
This is the treatment that they gave Steve McNair. They kicked him out of the facilities, and they told him not to return because they didn't want to pay him $9 million for the following season. They did not want to be liable for paying him that money. They kicked him out of the building. Not only did they kick him out of the Tennessee Titans team facilities, they locked him out of the team facilities. Told him to go home and don't ever come back. That's the treatment of the black quarterback in the NFL. I'm getting into it in this episode because I got the receipts. And y'all got the receipts too. Y'all can go and y'all can look at it. That was the treatment that Steve Air McNair received after what he did for that organization. Tony Romo got 10 years in Dallas. He had a 2-4 playoff record. One thing I'm gonna give Jerry Jones a little credit here because every year Jerry Jones tries to tell everybody, Dak Prescott is my guy. I don't know what you guys are seeing, but based off of his trajectory and his statistics, he is on par with becoming a great quarterback one day. This is the same Jerry Jones that told his players that if you kneel during the national anthem, you're going to get in trouble. This is the same Jerry Jones that stood amongst protesters in 1957 and blocked 6 young black students from getting in to North Little Rock High. 1957. You see Jerry Jones sitting out there. Jerry Jones does not have the greatest history with race relations. Now, Jerry Jones said that he was just looking on, so you don't really know what he was doing. But he was out there, all right? He was out there. Now, this is the Jerry Jones that don't have the greatest race relations. But even Jerry Jones will tell you, this is my guy. I don't understand why Shady McCoy, Trayvon Diggs, and all these other people are leading the charge that Dak Prescott is garbage. You know, a lot of racism and prejudice comes from other black people. Because this is not even chatter that's coming from white people in the media. This is coming from black people in the media. This is coming from his players on his own team, the disrespect. I'm gonna wrap this up. Dak Prescott has done enough to continue to be the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys for another few years. And based on the statistics, I don't see why not. I do think that his team is failing him. I thought they should have went out and got DeAndre Hopkins this offseason, considering what happened with Buffalo. After a while, you got to give these quarterbacks more talent. What Josh Allen looked like trash his first year or so, right? They went and got him Stephon Diggs. Looks like a whole new quarterback. Jalen Hurts, young, but the Eagles went and got him A.J. Brown. MVP, he almost won MVP last year. Took his team to the Super Bowl. Look what a wide receiver can do for. Why didn't you guys go get Dak Prescott, DeAndre Hopkins to team with CeeDee Lamb? I know you went and got Brandon Cooks, but yeah, you need a big stature wide receiver out there to be able to enforce his will on the other defense. It ain't about stats all the time with wide receivers. When you put that guy out there that can dominate the other, Brandon Cooks is not Stephon Diggs. Brandon Cooks is not A.J. Brown. So when you're seeing Dak struggling, maybe it's because you guys don't have enough pieces around him. I'm going to go on a record. The day that Dak Prescott, if he ever wins the Super Bowl, I'm going to be happy for this man. Because I am understanding everything this guy's had to overcome. And it's pretty sad, the treatment that he's getting. We're sitting around and watching a black quarterback get crucified because he is not Pat Mahomes winning Super Bowls every year. Why are white quarterbacks allowed to be mediocre? Why are white quarterbacks allowed to just be good? But when a black quarterback is just good, he's got to go. He's garbage. We got to move on. I hope that Dak Prescott really proves everybody wrong. Now, I don't hope that he wins it in the Dallas Cowboys uniform, but if it happens, I will be happy for him. Even though I hate the Dallas Cowboys, I will be happy for Dak Prescott. Dak, keep your head up. Trayvon Diggs, go get help. Mental counseling is needed with that black on black crime mentality that you got. And I have no respect for you. And until next time, make sure you leave your comments. Hit like. Please hit like if you like the content. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And the bottom left right there, you can see the subscribe button. Hit subscribe on that button right there, and continue to follow me. Thanks for checking in. Another episode of The O-PINION. Until next time.